Alright guys, so Fula with another video. Shout outs to the whole LGBC. So I kind of want to cook off of another video that, that shout outs to Muy Boran 74, man. He be dropping the truth. I kind of want to cook off of what he was talking about when it came to Bob Arum. And the thing is, what Bob Arum is trying to do is he's trying to bait these fighters in so they're gonna have to sign with him to fight their guys, to fight his guys, basically. That's what he's trying to do. If I were those fighters, though, I would stand my ground and say, F you, I'm not signing to you. Because what happens is, if you sign an ESPN deal, yeah, you're not only signing to ESPN, you're signing to him as you're signing to have him as your promoter, okay? And that means less money out. That means less money goes to you, okay? So it's better that you not do that. It's better that you don't sign to Bob Arum, because then you're basically at a standstill. And also, you're not in charge of who you want to fight, Because let's face it, I'm going to just keep it a buck. If you are like a fighter and you have the PBC model, you can pretty much technically fight whoever you want to fight. Like technically it can be done. It really can be done. But if you sign with Bob Arum, it cannot be done. You may say okay, for example, I'm going to take an example. Let's take the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford example. Errol Spence may want to fight Terrence Crawford, If he were to sign, let's say if he were to sign to Top Rank. And then Earl Spence said, well, I want to fight Terrence Crawford. I want to unify these belts. Bob Arum may come around and tell him, well, not so fast. We can't, we're not going there yet. Slow your roll. I want you to fight these guys first. He'll be like, well, I know you want to fight him, but I want you to fight these guys before you fight him. Right? And what Bob Arum may do, and we've known this to be the case in the past, what Bob Arum may do is, let's say those guys give them like a semi-competitive fight, but still Earl Spence demolishes them, right? Bob Arum may say, okay, well, I know you want to fight Terrence Crawford, right? You want that fight. I can understand why you want that fight. But Bob Arum may mess around and say, well, this was a semi-competitive fight, so I want you to rematch this guy. And so then what happens is that you rematch that guy. Let's say Earl Spence rematched that guy. He beats him more decisively than the first guy, right? Than the first time. It's like a decisive victory. Like he shuts him out, basically, right? What Bob Arum may do let's say that Earl Spence signs a 5-fight deal, right? 2 of the 5 fights were against like semi-competitive opponents, right? What Bob Arum may do is he may make the other 2 rematches versus that's the same guys, right? And then he'll make the last fight against another guy, right? But in those 5 fights, you never fought the guy that you intended to fight. So Errol Spence will never fight Terrence Crawford, right? What Bob Arum will say is, well, you know, I know you wanted to fight against Terrence Crawford. Re-sign with me and I'll give you the fight. You know, re-sign another 5-fight deal, renew the contract. I'll give you a little bit more money and then you can get your fight. That's what he'll do. And he's done it in the past. I mean, if you look at the inner workings of Bob Arum and Top Rank, you can't teach old dog new tricks. You know, Bob Arum is an old dog, man. And that's just the reality of the situation. You're not going to teach him anything, though. Terrence Crawford is going through the same thing. You actually think Terrence Crawford has control over who he fights? No. He has no control over who he fights. He may say, yeah, I want to fight this guy, I want to fight this, that, and the other. He's not going to fight him. Bob Arum is not going to let him fight him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, and I know I'm going to get bashed for this, you can go all ape shit about Bud Crawford, but when you look at his competition level, you have to realize that he's never been in there with any real dogs. That whole contract thing with Danny Garcia was fake, okay? If he really wanted to fight Danny Garcia, he would have contacted Al Heyman. They would have contacted Al Heyman directly. Why are you contacting his dad? That makes no sense. You know, that's all I'm saying. You would have went straight to the source. Now, you know, Danny Garcia is guilty of ducking. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's guilty of ducking. But I'm pretty sure if the money was right, he would take that fight. The money was good. But I think what they offered Danny Garcia was like $3 million. Hell, he makes more than that in basic fights. So why would he want to like take that fight? I'm just saying. But basically, what Bob Arum likes to do is he likes to make himself total controller of these fighters. A dictator, if you may say. So this is why I'm saying, although Teofimo Lopez wants a Lomachenko fight, although he feels like he's ready for a Lomachenko fight, he may not get it like anytime soon. You know, it may not happen. I'm just saying, Bob Arum may not be ready for it to happen. So, you know, for me personally, I just like, I don't respect Bob Arum. I don't like Bob Arum. I think he's hurtful to boxing. I feel that he is just so hell-bent on trying to like destroy what Al Heyman did that he'll go through any means to do it. Therefore, like, if I saw him in person, I would give him the finger, more or less so. So this is all I got to really say about this topic, man. Like, Bob Arum is a wham bam thank you ma'am promoter, okay? He'll wham bam his fighters for like 3 to 5 fights or even more than that, whatever he can get out of them, and then cash them out when they're not physically capable of fighting the guy that they originally wanted to fight in the first place. That's what he does. So, again, these are just my thoughts about him. He's a dictator. I wish he would just leave boxing. He's trying his best to hang on to what little life he has left, like a Rothschild or like a Rockefeller. And he just needs to be gone. You know, hopefully his time is coming soon. I really do. I really hope it's coming soon. That's all I got for now, guys. Leave your comments and your thoughts. Njada.